Mahindra Logistics, we are one team with a shared vision. We together make it a great place to work. Our people programs have empowered employees to work in an environment that is highly collaborative, inclusive, and driving innovation. With employee-centric policies and initiatives, we are creating an impact in the lives of our workforce. With our remote working policy, we promote work-life balance. We introduced several policies linked to COVID-19 to provide support and assistance to make the employee experience better. We promote diversity through our focused initiatives to onboard veterans through WEER, LGBTQ community members, persons with disabilities, and women on a career break via the UDAN initiative. Our employees benefit from a best-in-class e-learning platform with over 7,000 modules and capability building initiatives like Accelerate 2.0, leadership development programs, etc. Functional competency framework with career maps enables career progression. We are guided by our code of conduct to do the right thing every day, fostering ethics and trust within the organization. Our core values are defined, which make us give our best. We have a keen focus on employees' physical, mental, and financial health and overall well-being with Swayam sessions. Initiatives like Samvad and Sanjeevani enables two-way communication and helps us create a more engaged workforce. At MLL, we believe in the power of people. We invest in our teams, empower them, enabling them to deliver unparalleled experience to our customers and ignite success in their careers. At Mahindra Logistics, we are one team with a shared vision. We together make it a great place to work. Our people programs have empowered employees to work in an environment that is highly collaborative, inclusive, and driving innovation. With employee-centric policies and initiatives, we are creating an impact in the lives of our workforce. With our remote working policy, we promote work-life balance. We introduced several policies linked to COVID-19 to provide support and assistance to make the employee experience better. We promote diversity through our focused initiatives to onboard veterans through WEER, LGBTQ community members, persons with disabilities, and women on a career break via the UDAN initiative. Our employees benefit from a best-in-class e-learning platform with over 7,000 modules and capability-building initiatives like Accelerate 2.0, leadership development programs, etc. Functional competency framework with career maps enables career progression. We are guided by our code of conduct to do the right thing every day, fostering ethics and trust within the organization. Our core values are defined, which make us give our best. We have a keen focus on employees' physical, mental, and financial health and overall well-being with Swayam sessions. Initiatives like Samvad and Sanjeevani enables two-way communication and helps us create a more engaged workforce. At MLL, we believe in the power of people. We invest in our teams, empower them, enabling them to deliver unparalleled experience to our customers and ignite success in their careers.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to the 15th Annual General Meeting of the shareholders of Mahindra Logistics. It is my privilege to address you all as chairman of this company. In compliance with the circulars and directions issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, the company is conducting this annual general meeting through video conferencing. Thank you for joining us virtually today. I greatly appreciate your taking time to attend this AGM. As the requisite quorum is present through video conference, I as chairman call the meeting to order. Let me start with introducing the directors of your company. First, chairman of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee, Stakeholders Relationship Committee, and Investment Committee, Mr. Darius Mandol, Independent Director. Chairman of the Audit Committee, Mr. Ajay Mehta, Independent Director. Chairperson of the Risk Management Committee, Ms. Avni Dauda, Independent Director.
Good afternoon.
Chairman of the CSR Committee, Mr. Ranu Vora, Independent Director.
Good afternoon.
Other independent directors, Ms. Malvika Sinha, Mr. Amit Haryani, our newest member on the board. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Rampraveen Swaminathan. Non-executive, non-independent directors, Mr. Naveen Raju and Mr. Amit Sinha.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Dhananjay Mungle, non-executive independent director, is unable to attend the AGM today. The directors of your company are present at this meeting through video conferencing. Mr. Kedar Raje, partner of Deloitte Haskins & Sell LLP, the statutory auditor, and the representatives of the secretarial auditor, Messrs. Makarand Joshi and Company, are also present at the meeting. Mr. Yogesh Patel, Chief Financial Officer, and Ms. Ruchi Khanna, Company Secretary of the company, are also participating in the meeting through video conference. I now request Ms. Ruchi Khanna, Company Secretary, to take us through the regulatory matters and general instructions pertaining to the annual general meeting. Ruchi, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Anish Shah. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to this 15th Annual General Meeting of Mahindra Logistics Limited. Shareholders may note that this Annual General Meeting is being held through video conferencing in accordance with the Companies Act 2013 and the circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. The facility for joining this meeting is made available through video conferencing for the members. The company has also provided webcast facility to view the live proceedings of this annual general meeting on the company's website. Now an advisory for the shareholders. All the members who have joined this meeting are by default placed in mute mode by the host to avoid any disturbance arising from the background noise and to ensure smooth and seamless conduct of the meeting. Once the name of the speaker shareholder is called out by the managing director, the speaker will be unmuted by the host to enable him or her to speak. Before speaking, the shareholder is requested to click on the audio as well as the video icon appearing on the screen to switch it on, and if for some reason the shareholder is not able to join through video mode, he or she can still speak using the audio mode. While speaking, we request shareholders to use earphones so that they are clearly audible and would also minimize any noise in the background. They are also requested to ensure that Wi-Fi is not connected to any other devices, no background applications are running, and proper lighting is available to have clarity in video and audio. If there is a connectivity problem at the speaker's end, the host will mute such speaker and the next speaker will be invited to speak. Since this annual general meeting is being held through video conference, pursuant to the applicable circulars of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI, physical attendance of members has been dispensed with. Accordingly, The facility for appointment of proxies is not available for the meeting. The register of directors and key managerial personnel and their shareholdings, register of contracts, the memorandum and articles of association of the company, and a certificate from the secretarial auditors of the company relating to the implementation of the company's ESOP schemes as required to be kept at the annual general meeting are available electronically for inspection by the members. Members seeking to inspect such documents can send an email to cs.mll@mahindra.com, which is also mentioned in the AGM notice. The notice of the 15th annual general meeting, along with the copies of the audited standalone financial statements and the audited consolidated financial statements for the financial year ended 31st March 2022, together with the board's and auditors' report, have been emailed within statutory period to all those shareholders whose email address are registered with the company or Lincoln Time India Private Limited, the registrar and share transfer agent of the company, or their depository participants. Hard copies were dispatched to shareholders who have requested for the same. With the permission of the members, I am now taking the notice of the 15th annual general meeting and the board's report, which are circulated to all the shareholders, as read. As the statutory auditor's report on the annual financial statements of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2022 and the secretarial auditor's report for the financial year ended 31st March 2022 do not contain any qualifications, observations, comments, or other remarks, the same are also taken as read. As per the Companies Act 2013 and the SEBI listing regulations, your company had provided the facility of remote e-voting to the shareholders to enable them to cast their votes electronically. As per the timelines mentioned in the AGM notice, the remote e-voting facility was provided for 5 days, which concluded at 5 p.m. yesterday. Further, in compliance with the rules on e-voting framed under the Companies Act 2013 and the circulars of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, the e-voting at the AGM will also be conducted by the same e-voting system of NSDL which was used during remote e-voting. The shareholders who have not cast their votes through remote e-voting process and otherwise not debarred from doing so shall be eligible to vote through the e-voting system during the AGM. Once the chairman orders commencement of e-voting, the vote tab on the screen will be activated to enable such shareholders to cast their votes. They can vote by clicking on the vote tab. Shareholders may please note that there is no voting by show of hands. The results of e-voting along with the scrutinizer's report shall be communicated to BSE and NSE, where equity shares of the company are listed, and will also be placed on the company's website and on the website of NSDL within prescribed timelines from the conclusion of the meeting. Mr. P.N. Parikh, or failing him Mr. Mitesh Dabliwala, or failing him Ms. Sarvari Shah, practicing company secretaries, have been appointed as scrutinizer to scrutinize the e-voting process in a fair and transparent manner. Now let's move to the agenda items of this AGM. There are 8 items for approval of the shareholders today. 5 items of ordinary business, which are 1. Adoption of the audited standalone financial statements of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2022 and the reports of the Board of Directors and the statutory auditors thereon to be passed as an ordinary resolution. 2. Adoption of the audited consolidated financial statements of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2022 and the report of the statutory auditors thereon to be passed as an ordinary resolution. 3. Declaration of the final dividend at a rate of Rs 2 per equity share of face value of Rs 10 each on the equity shares of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2022 to be passed as an ordinary resolution. 4. Reappointment of Mr. Ram Praveen Swaminathan as director liable to retire by rotation to be passed as an ordinary resolution. 5. Reappointment of Deloitte Huskins and Sells LLP as statutory auditors of the company for second term of 5 years from the conclusion of this AGM to the conclusion of the AGM to be held in 2027 and to fix their remuneration to be passed as an ordinary resolution. There are 3 agenda items of special business, which are 1. Appointment of Mr. Amit Pratap Singh Haryani as an independent director of the company for a first term of 5 consecutive years from 1st May 2022 to 30th April 2027 to be passed as a special resolution. 2. Reappointment of Ms. Avni Vishal Davda as an independent director of the company for a second term of 5 consecutive years from 30th July 2022 to 29 July 2027 to be passed as a special resolution. 3. Approval for entering into material related party transactions with Mahindra and Mahindra Limited, promoter and holding company, to be passed as an ordinary resolution. The objective and implications of the resolutions proposed at the AGM are already set out in the notice of the AGM and the explanatory statement, and for sake of brevity are not being repeated again. In case any members wish to seek any further clarifications, they can raise it at the question and answer session. I will now take you through the flow of the AGM proceedings. The chairman will first address the shareholders. Then, in accordance with Section 108 of the Companies Act 2013 and rules made thereunder, read with the MCA circulars, he will order e-voting to be conducted on every business to be transacted at this AGM as set forth in the notice, followed by a question and answer session by the Managing Director and CEO. The company has received requests from some shareholders to register them as speakers at the meeting. Accordingly, the floor will be open for these members to ask questions and express their views. The moderator will facilitate the session once the Managing Director and CEO opens the floor for questions and answers. Those shareholders who have not registered as speaker but still desire to raise any questions may use the chat box provided on the screen. With this, I now request our chairperson to kindly address the shareholders.
Dear members, since the inception of Mahindra Logistics, our endeavor has been to orchestrate continuous value and impact for our stakeholders, thus inspiring and igniting success for all. We are driven to deliver clarity and confidence to enterprises through our integrated and customized solutions to enhance the supply chains and mobility operations. Our values guide us in our efforts to boldly reimagine the future, a future that will inspire and ignite success for all. The company is committed to reporting transparent and reliable financial and non-financial information on its annual performance and progress on its strategic priorities to enable informed decisions for all shareholders. Our first integrated report is a decisive step in our journey to becoming a more responsible, mature, and transparent business. The year gone by has been one of the most challenging periods, replete with uncertainties and volatility in the external environment. However, we delivered growth and improvement in profitability, reinforcing the resilience of our business model and demonstrating its ability to create value in the most challenging circumstances. Over the last year, we have leveraged trends emerging from the external environment to reimagine our business segments. We are focused on our core 3PL integrated solutions and network transportation services to give businesses seamless control over every moving part they have to unlock continuous success. Our mobility segment provides a host of people mobility services in both B2B and B2C spaces. Despite the economic damage caused by successive waves of the pandemic, we continue to drive revenue and profits driven largely by growing the 3PL business in e-commerce, consumer, and automotive segments. Expanding our network service businesses, which includes freight forwarding and B2B express business, which now contribute to over 20% of the business, has been another growth area. We continue to expand our presence in the pharma and engineering segment for cross-border movement and our air charter cargo services. I'm pleased to report that the board has recommended a final dividend of 20%, amounting to rupees 2 per share for the year. EDEL, our last mile EV cargo service, has shown tremendous growth with operations in 15 cities and a fleet strength of over 550 vehicles. Our strategic acquisition of Wizard ZipZap Logistics has strengthened our reach and technology capabilities for last mile delivery. The Indian logistics and 3PL market is forecast to have robust growth driven by growth in demand for logistics services. There is an emerging demand for multimodal logistics, cross-border logistics, and micro-fulfillment. Hyperlocal delivery is growing faster. The proliferation of D2C brands and the drive towards network expansion and omni-channel are resulting in higher demand for fulfillment logistics, last-mile delivery, and integrated solutions. As a reliable 3PL partner to our clients, we are transforming our front end to offer integrated logistics solutions to our clients so they can focus on the core aspects of their business. During the year, we implemented our transformation program to enhance our solutions capability. The program has helped boost new account addition and expansion with current clients. Our focus is on growth, digitization, and becoming a preferred partner for our clients, wherein together with our employees and associates, we are embarking upon a transformative journey of igniting success. Today, we have 17.5 million square feet of warehousing space and a growing cross-border supply chain business. Our comprehensive warehousing solutions offer a pan-India network of over 3 million square feet of state-of-the-art, large-format, multi-client warehousing. Expanding rapidly across India, this network manages tech-enabled storage, fulfillment, and distribution services for e-commerce, consumer, automobile, and engineering industries. These customizable and flexible warehouses are strategically located near key consumption clusters and manufacturing centers. They're fully compliant with standard amenities. These warehouses are Grade A certified. Long-term macro trends for mobility remain positive with long-term growth from enterprise and B2C segments. The acquisition of Meru will help accelerate this journey. The combined capabilities of Meru and Alight will enable us to better serve our B2C and enterprise customers with an expanded portfolio of services. Digitization has been a game changer for the logistics industry, with the customer now looking for agility, risk management, and visibility over the supply chain. Our digital transformation over the last 3 years has helped us drive efficiency, scalability, and enriched experience. We have implemented core technologies for transportation management, warehouse management, freight forwarding technology, etc. We have effectively targeted these technologies to visualize and analyze the entire stack and drive optimization across the entire supply chain. And we continue to pilot and scale emerging technologies like drones, automated guided vehicles, etc., to remain future fit. We are putting in place strong foundational initiatives like the Center of Excellence to drive operations efficiently. Our incubator program, Catapult, is seemingly the only incubator program in the logistics space. This program aims to transform the Indian supply chain and mobility sector and co-create future-ready tech-powered solutions with the Indian startup ecosystem. It offers a unique world-class platform that supports, enables, accelerates, and empowers the logistics startup community in igniting success. The recent cohort of Catapult 2.0 saw a participation of over 100 startups from the supply chain and mobility space, and we look forward to pilot and deploy future-ready tech-powered solutions. Over the years, we have institutionalized the highest benchmarks of corporate working and behavior in our processes and address governance issues transparently and effectively. Doing things is important. Doing them the right way is even more important. Our code of conduct sets out what all of us need to understand and do and ensure the highest standards of corporate behavior by practicing them in word and deed. Our core values help us pursue our vision to be among the most successful, sustainable, and responsible companies in the world. As we endeavor to ignite success, we recognize that each of our stakeholders reposes their belief and trust in us. Thanks to a wide variety of programs and initiatives a company has so effectively executed over the past few years, I'm pleased to share that MLL is certified as a great place to work. This reflects our continuous pursuit of building a workforce of the future through skill development and multiple talent empowerment programs. Diversity and inclusion is an important component of our growth story, as it enables us to build a productive workforce by recruiting the best talent, irrespective of where they come from. UDAN, a second careers program, encourages women professionals who took a career break through a well-designed internship program leading to full-time employment. This has also given opportunities to women who wanted to return to the workforce on account of the loss of their spouses to COVID-19. Our policy on LGBTQ+ inclusion endeavors not just to hire candidates from the community, but also to create an inclusive environment for them to grow their careers and realize their dreams. We have also welcomed veterans from the armed forces through our VEER program for employment, engagement, and retention of veterans from these armed forces. Our business associates and third-party employees are an integral part of the entire ecosystem we operate in. Our network of business associates provides the agility to serve our customers, and our growth is contingent upon their success. We have developed a unique business associate lifecycle management process that seeks to create opportunities and support entrepreneurship. Our digital platform for our associates enables digital onboarding, transaction processing, and payments, thereby making the entire process faster and more transparent. We're making rapid strides on the ESG front, and this is an important personal priority for me as well. We have outlined a path to reducing our carbon footprint, and in the past year, we have joined science-based targets to develop a transparent, metric-driven sustainability journey. Our overall sustainability performance on key parameters has improved significantly, and we remain focused on scope 1, 2, and 3 emission reductions. Our EV cargo services have completed nearly 7 million clean kilometers, saving over 1,000 tons of carbon dioxide, and our newer state-of-art facilities are sustainable by design and IGBC or LEED certified. This is an important part of our pledge to become carbon neutral by 2040 and to align with the sustainability ambitions of our stakeholders. Our community investments benefited over 2 lakh people across diverse initiatives. Through our flagship program, Ram Vikas, we reached 70,000 people. We undertook various disaster relief and rehabilitation measures to ensure the safety of our local communities. Several carbon offset projects are also in progress in our communities. We have registered improvement in the Business Associate Satisfaction Index, Customer Satisfaction Index, and MCARES scores. Our performance during fiscal 22 is a continuing validation of our strategy and execution push. The multi-pronged growth and multiple acquisitions point toward a belief in our business and our commitment to igniting success. I would also like to take this opportunity to place on record my appreciation to Mr. S. Durgashankar, who has retired from the Mahindra Group, and Mr. Parag Shah, who has stepped down from the board to take on other responsibilities. I would also like to thank our MD and CEO, Mr. Rampraveen Swaminathan, and the team for leading by example and exemplifying the values of the Mahindra Group. We remain confident that together we will rise and ignite success for all. Now let me come back to the AGM proceedings. As mentioned by Ms. Ruchi Khanna, Company Secretary, shareholders can share their questions and comments arising from the agenda of the AGM in the chat box provided on the screen. The company has indeed made all efforts feasible under the circumstances to enable members to participate and vote on items being considered for the meeting. Before I open the floor for questions by members, I order for commencement of e-voting on each item of the agenda. Those shareholders who do not wish to participate in the discussion or the question and answer session relating to the resolutions, or do not seek any clarifications, or do not want to wait till the question and answer session is over, can cast their votes now. Kindly note that those of you who have already cast your votes on the remote e-voting platform shall not be permitted to cast votes again. Votes once cast cannot be changed subsequently. And now I hand over the proceedings to Mr. Rampraveen Swaminathan to address the question and answer session. Ram, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Anisha, and a hearty welcome to all members today. Moving on to the Q&A, we will invite the speaker shareholders who have pre-registered as speakers to the company one by one. I request the speakers to avoid being repetitive, and also in the interest of all present, I request you to stick only to the points rising out of the agenda items. To avoid repetition, we will respond to all the questions together. May I have the first speaker, please?
Speaker number 1, Mr. Dinesh Bhatia.
हेलो हाँ सर मेरा आवाज
Yes, Mr.
सुनाई
Bhatia.
देता है